How do I handle the secret betrayal of my best friend, 34F, and her boyfriend Micey after an incident while I was sleeping? I am a soft-spoken person. This is a deeply hurtful situation that I have been carrying alone for a while. My best friend of 22 years, let's call her Sarah, came back to our hometown to visit. We were hanging out with her boyfriend, let's call him E, and I stayed over with them at her Nana's house, which has always felt like a second home to me. When it was time for bed, I didn't want to sleep on the couch, so I decided to sleep in a separate room that had bunk beds. Sarah jokingly mentioned to me that E has sexsomnia, and that I shouldn't sleep in the bunk beds. I laughed it off, thinking she was just making a joke, and I took the lower bunk while E took the top bunk. As I was falling asleep, I heard E making odd noises above me. Later in the night, I woke up in a haze, feeling physical pressure over my body. Through the darkness, I saw E quickly shifting off of me and climbing back up to the top bunk. I realized my shirt had been pushed halfway up, though my undergarments were still on. I was so confused and exhausted that I just fell back asleep. The next morning, I woke up to hear E whispering to Sarah, making a comment about my body, and I heard Sarah laugh. To make matters worse, that same morning, her Nana asked me if I had slept in the same bed as E, making it feel like they were trying to imply I was the one initiating something, which couldn't be further from the truth. I felt completely betrayed both personally and physically. Because I didn't want to lose a 22-year friendship, I kept quiet and never brought it up. I never spent the night there again, and I cut my contact with E down to just basic small talk. Recently, I had to be around E again. Because I am naturally soft-spoken, he kept aggressively telling me to speak up while I was talking, and it made me feel an overwhelming wave of anger. I realized I haven't made peace with this at all. I feel completely betrayed by my oldest friend for laughing at his comments, and by him for violating my space while I was asleep. 1. That's absolutely fucked up, and you need to stop protecting people who don't deserve it. She literally warned you about his sex insomnia, then laughed when he assaulted you in your sleep. That wasn't coincidence. The fact they made jokes about your body the next morning shows they both knew exactly what happened and thought it was funny. Cut them both off completely, and consider reporting this. What he did was sexual assault regardless of any supposed sleep condition. 2. Your friend did not protect you in the way they should have. If I was with someone that had sexsomnia, there is no way in. Hades would my partner be sleeping in a room with someone other than me, or locked in alone. While sexsomnia can coincide with sleepwalking, this whole ordeal throws me off. As someone who has taken a sleep stroll a time or two, I don't recall anything, and how I got where I did. I haven't spoken to anyone who do sleepwalk who remembers things. Granted, I'm not saying remembering can't happen, just not something I've experienced. For him to remember about your body, that doesn't sit well with me. Much less for him to just disappear off of you when you start stirring awake, is awfully convenient. Your friend laughing at it is absurd. She knows what he did and thinks it's hilarious. Anyone who thinks SA is funny like that isn't a good human. 3. Doesn't sound like insomnia if he's recalling your body. Sounds like they just plan to molest you? My response is against Reddit TOS. 4. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Cut them all off. You deserve better friends. 5. If it's been less than 2 years, I'd actually consider reporting this to the police. They might not be able to do anything, but what happened to you isn't right. And you deserve, for at the very least, the ever-loving shit to be scared out of both of them with an interview downtown. No contact. It's heartbreaking, but Sarah is not your friend, and E is disgusting. Your relationship with Sarah is irretrievably broken. There's no saving a relationship like this. Why are you still around these people? Additionally, if you're strong enough, you have a responsibility to report it. Sarah and E sound like they might hurt another person if not shut down.